right, applause.
Yes. I'm excited, bro. Look at my hat. Look at my hat.
Are you excited to be on Miami's #1 podcast?
Miami's #1 podcast, and
Miami
is #1 college.
That's right. Is there something? Why are we saying that?
I don't know.
Because we are in
Is there somebody with the fact that
I don't know, but I just know we have big billboards that say it too. So.
Okay.
I
don't understand.
It's true.
We're my old school. I graduated from Miami-Dade.
I did too.
And this gentleman right here, who's this guy?
I don't know, but he's a tall. He's a
a tall drinker.
I gotta go like this. I gotta get a little bit,
Tall drink of water. This is Dr. Bryan Stewart, president of Miami-Dade College, Kendall.
Thank you.
And he's a large, tall man like me, so we talk eye to eye.
And they said that they were going to wrestle.
No, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Doc, I apologize.
No, there's a bet on the table. There's a bet on the
basketball.
table.
Dr. Stewart plays a little hoops.
I do.
And you also teach here, too, a little bit.
Well, yeah, I try to sneak in a little classroom teaching every chance I get.
Thank you for having us, Doc.
Yes,
It's awesome for you guys to be here.
And thank you to the whole, people behind the scenes over there that we have that make this happen, too.
That's 100%.
100%. Dr. Stewart,
Christina.
like Kiko says, welcome to the, A Day in Miami podcast. When we started with this, and we started with the fact of, I can't believe that we're going to be having a great podcast with the president of the Miami-Dade, Kendall campus. Especially that this is such a historic landmark for all
everybody.
of us. Because, we're all prodigies.
Our producer met his girlfriend here.
Is that right?
In this very same building.
Didn't really learn much, but he learned that he met his girlfriend here.
Maybe she's smarter than he is, at least. So.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but still, tell us a little about yourself and,
Yeah, give us your bio, Doc.
How'd you get to Miami-Dade Kendall campus?
That's a good one.
That's your camera right there. Let everybody know.
That's a great
Talk to
question.
us.
Well, first of all, I'm born and raised in Texas, so don't hold that against me. And I
No,
apologize
not
for
at
the
all.
accent.
Texas.
Very similar Floridians.
Yes.
Yeah. Two very popular states right now. Everyone wants to be in Texas and Florida.
100%.
But I started my career in East Texas in a little small town called Tyler, and I had a basketball scholarship to go play at a school called Tarleton State University. And my dad was a university president there in Texas, and I had to sign my scholarship, and I always thought I wanted to be a basketball coach. And my dad said, nope. Can't be a basketball coach, something else. So I thought about what I was good at, and it was math. So I wrote down mathematics. And so I played 4 years of basketball at Tarleton and then have 3 degrees in math. And so that was kind of my path.
3 degrees. So you were kind of like a nerd in college, let's be honest.
Not really.
Who
has 3 degrees in math,
You're not a
though?
nerd.
No.
Math is
What
hard.
was not enough? You had to
Math
do
is
3.
hard.
Math is hard.
Incredible.
Yes.
But I wouldn't class myself as a nerd. I think.
No, I meant that in the nicest way
I know
possible.
you did. I know you did. I didn't have a pocket protector.
There you
that
go.
kind of stuff. But I did study on the back of the bus, and the station wagon was doing math all the way. And
The total opposite of what Kiko did in life. But that's besides the
No, I
point.
was
Go ahead.
dismayed, but a true student athlete, right, sir?
yeah, and when I graduated from Tarleton, I didn't know what to do with a math degree, so I went to the University of North Texas to get my master's and fell in love with teaching. As part of my role in the master's program, I got to teach college students, and that's when I fell in love with that process. And after I graduated, I've also coached a lot in my time, but I was coaching in the summer. And the Friday before classes began, I got a call from our local community college that a teacher was leaving, and could I start on Monday as a full-time math faculty? And so that was the door that opened up everything for me.
What math, if you mind me asking?
In those days, it was developmental math, college algebra, and calculus were the 3 I taught predominantly. Okay. Statistics became my favorite one later on. I taught 10 years there and became the youngest department chair in the college's history. And then we opened a new campus in Arlington, the Southeast campus, and I opened that from the ground floor, hired everybody. Wow. And then the campus that kind of put me on the map was our Trinity River campus, which is in downtown Fort Worth. And it was a majority campus there in Fort Worth. We have a huge Hispanic population there. And I opened the campus. We bought the Radio Shack building. Radio Shack had a corporate headquarters there.
Radio
about
Shack.
1 million square. I know.
I have my first TV there.
There you go.
They had 1 million square feet, and Radio Shack isn't doing so well these days. But so we bought their
I think
building.
they died out.
They have very small stores around.
Yeah.
But we bought their building for about $249 million, and we got that campus running. And before we got to that campus, we were going to build a campus across the Trinity River, which is, if you've watched Yellowstone or 1883, you hear Fort Worth and you hear the Trinity River. It's a big, big storyline there. And so we built this campus, and then Hurricane Katrina happened, and we couldn't finish it across the Trinity. So that campus sat vacant. and I call them the hystericals, but the historicals in Fort Worth were pissed at us. They're furious that we didn't do anything with that building. So we got.
What happened to $250 million then?
Well, so we opened the Tree River campus in the Radio Shack building, and I got to design all the rooms, all the facilities, hire all the faculty and staff. And about a year into it, the chancellor called me and it says, "Hey, Bryan, we're going to take that other campus and convert it into a health campus." And I'm like, okay, I'd done a lot of things, but healthcare wasn't one of them. And we had a nursing program and an allied health program. And I hate to use a Texas example, but Aggies and Longhorns, that's how they were. They didn't get along. Okay. Here we could use some other football teams.
No, that's great. I mean, we know them very well. I know. I watched it.
I merged that campus, redesigned that campus, opened a simulation hospital, and added 13 new programs. And so kind of the fast forward of the story, I got a call one day from a search firm that said, hey, Miami-Dade College Medical Campus is interviewing for campus president. Would you be interested? I said, sure. So it was a June 6th on a Monday. I had a 20-minute call with a search firm. At the end of the call, the lady said, I want you to talk to my boss tomorrow. So I said, okay. So an hour and 20-minute call with him. At the end of that call, they said, we want to fly you to Miami the next Tuesday to interview with the provost and one of the campus presidents. So I came to Miami, knew no one in the whole state of Florida. Nobody. Interviewed with them, was back at MIA Airport getting ready to leave. The search firm called again and said they wanted me back to interview with Dr. Padron the next Tuesday.
Okay.
Wow.
And you talk about speed dating. So in 3 weeks, I'd gone from nowhere to Dr. Padron.
Yeah.
I interviewed. I snuck into the campus that day to see the medical campus because I thought how weird that I didn't interview with faculty or staff. I mean, I consider myself – I've always considered myself a faculty member. And so I interviewed with Dr. Padron. I was back in the airport, and they offered me the job.
Wow. That's incredible.
And so it was so fast. My head spin.
The airport was part of the whole hiring process.
Funny enough, you guys, obviously students come here, they learn, they teach them. Do you have any advice for someone during an interview process that you went through so many of them at a high level? What was kind of like your flow when you're interviewing?
Well, I was very nervous in the first interview with the provost and the campus president, but I was also excited. I mean, one of the things that I've done in my life, I started as a math teacher. I became a department chair, a dean, a vice president. Now I've done every role, so I was never nervous about the questions. What I was nervous about is the culture of Miami, because it's a lot different than Texas. And the more I talked to those two ladies, the more I felt comfortable about what's in their DNA, that we're very similar. And it's all about students, and that's what I'm all about. And but what I would say is you've got to go into interview prepared, and everybody's going to be nervous. That's just part of it. But you got to let your humor, your knowledge, everything come out.
Yeah, it's not just what's on paper.
No, it's not.
With a Cuban coffee, come on.
It's not just what's on paper. A lot of it is
started the right way over here.
Is a feeling. Most times it's a feeling,
Yeah, it is. And then interview with Dr. Padron was amazing.
So much.
I don't know if you know.
I know it. I know Dr. Padron very well. I mean,
he's connected.
He's one of the best.
He is. One of the best. It's like talking to your grandfather or to your father. And I walked out of there, and the coolest thing, if you've been to his outer office, he has all these publications. And we're walking out of the office, and he goes, "Hey, Bryan, I want to get you some stuff to read." So here's this 74, whatever-year-old man, hop around his office, grabbing stuff for me to take back on the plane to read. I thought, you know what, I got this.
Well,
I think I nailed it.
I think your experience.
I mean, listen, I think it's fabulous, and kudos for Dr. Padron out there for hiring you.
Well, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's a wonderful person.
I got a question for the math teacher. Do we ever use algebra in real life? Be honest.
Dude, if I had $1 for every time I asked that question.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Statistics are fine. Even calculus, all got it. But algebra, X and Y, you've never used it. Don't lie.
No, I tell you what. I'm teaching at 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday.
You're teaching it?
I'm teaching it. And one of the things I say the first day of class is that by the end of the semester, everything we do, there's a reason why we do it. And I tell them that. Now,
except algebra. Come on.
No. I can't tell you on day one why you need X and Y. I have to teach you why you need X and Y, and then I'll show you why you need it by the end of the semester.
There you go.
Quadratic formula.
Can we enroll Kiko into that class?
No, we need to.
I'll join him.
Listen,
I'll join
there's
him.
many classes we need to enroll Kiko
I'm
in.
an English major. I'm very educated. He's
Time. Yeah, he's going to recite Shakespeare in 20 minutes.
Okay, so, that's good.
Go ahead, Manny.
Dr. Stewart, all these questions, but I for me, there's something that is just about Miami-Dade, okay? And I told you this the first time we met and everything, walking down this campus. I think that all of our listeners and our people out there, I don't know of anybody that did not start through Miami-Dade College. And this is something that I struggle with. And my friends and everybody will say, oh, there goes Manny starting with his rant again. But I just, I'm a prodigy of a public school system. I graduated from Coral Park Senior High School. And when I graduated, the first thing my parents told me, my parents, I grew up in Westchester, and at the same time, it wasn't this thing of what's going on now of life of like, oh, college tours and the parents with the pressure of where's this kid going? Where are you going? Where are you applying?
Getting the letters in the mail.
The mail. I don't know. I mean, and I asked my, our viewers and our listeners, I don't know if half of them how they feel, but it was, for me, was a huge honor to know you graduated from high school, and the first thing was, I'm headed to Miami-Dade College.
That's exactly how it is.
And I came to Miami-Dade, I registered, I got my classes, and I enjoyed this campus. I mean, this is the campus I came to. And I think it's, for me, it's nostalgic when I came back here. And walking down all these hallways, seeing the swimming pool, seeing all the bursar's office,
the library,
where I would come with a check that my parents would give me to pay with. Okay, here, take the check. Don't lose the check; it's signed. So all that stuff for me is like, where are we nowadays with Miami-Dade College? Do we still have that oomph? I mean, are we still seeing that here? I mean, are the kids, coming, graduating and coming to Miami-Dade College? Are we seeing people, with this whole decision making now of what's changing a little bit? How do you see that panorama?
I think technology has really changed how students go to school.
Okay.
You think about when we were in school, how much we had to know, but how much more our students have to know now with technology and so forth. But Miami-Dade is still just as popular. We're over 60 years old. One of the things when I'm in the community, I love when I go into meetings, and most people still call it the South Campus. And it makes my heart feel good because that shows the history of the place.
100%.
And the Kendall campus has such an impact in the community. When I'm in meetings, when I talk to people, they can't wait to say, oh, I went to Miami-Dade, or this happened, kind of like your stories.
Yeah.
And so I think what Miami-Dade has been very good at doing under our new leader, President Pumariega, is adapting to our college student. College is different than when we went there. Students, when we went, you could go maybe the first semester and try out some majors. Now you have a 120-hour program for a bachelor's degree, and you got to know what you want to be. And so there's a lot of things that's changed, and I think the college has done a good job of adapting to that. When COVID happened, we continued to grow. The Kendall campus is approaching 60,000 students, if you can believe that.
60,000.
We're huge.
Incredible.
That's more than FIU.
Yeah, well.
But you guys here open 7 days a week?
We are. Yeah.
So registration is up or down?
Registration is good. We're up about 5 or 6% right now,
okay,
with heavy registration coming. We have about 2.5 weeks before classes start, and so now's the time to come see us. We've got plenty of seats and a lot of great programs for our students.
I was going to ask about that. You guys have AM MDC Day?
We do.
Yeah, and it's September 4th. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that's our birthday. We always celebrate MDC that week, and on that day, we're going to have a big old cookout, a little Texas barbecue cookout.
Oh, you see, that's
we're here. We're here.
And what we do is we celebrate that day. We celebrate our students. We have community members there. We're working on a country singer, believe it or not. I guess
I heard. You know him very well. He's a good friend of ours.
Mendez,
he used to be on The Voice. Yeah, we're
Yep.
excited to have him, and so it's going to be a great day to celebrate Miami-Dade College and all the success it's done and all the people it's impacted.
And you guys do like funding and collect money that day.
We
and
do.
And it
It's
goes
a
through
fundraiser.
scholarships.
It does the
It's a
scholarships.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
wow.
And is it like what time does it start? Is it like a whole day, like event type thing, open to the public? Or?
Well, the cookout will start about 11:30 and we'll go to about 2. And last year we fed about 1,500 people. So
Right.
I'm planning to
And that's just
break
that day, right?
Just that day,
But
right?
question, is this open to the public or
It
ticketed?
is absolutely open to the public.
Is ticketed or no?
Nope.
No ticket. Wow.
We don't even charge.
Where do you guys do it? Just on the parking lot?
In our middle of our campus where the center of the
Well,
campus.
but people have to pay for the food, no? Or
We just take donations.
Wow,
Okay, all right,
that's
all right.
fucking nice.
And I tell you, the food's so good, you're going to want to donate.
no, let me tell you,
That's
be
really
scared.
nice.
If Kiko comes with his 2 Life crew, we are.
No, we're coming.
Well, I have
September
I
4th.
have secret the way I cook our things. I have
If
some
Kiko
Texas
hears the 2
Yeah.
Life crew is coming over,
If you
with
need
the
any
back-
help too with restaurants and stuff, some of my
You can probably. How many vendors do you have here that day?
Well, that's what we're working on now.
Oh, look, that's your man right there.
Yeah, that's
100%.
Beside that day, what other cool events you have here?
Well, one of the
throughout
things
the year?
we're blessed to have is the athletic programs for the college. We have 7 athletic programs. So right now our men's and women's soccer team are practicing. Today is our men's first scrimmage, and our women's volleyball team is starting. So we have all sorts of sporting events getting ready to start. We also have a number of programs related to academics. Our honors college students who were just walking by a minute ago are on campus.
College Honors is
it's
a huge program.
It's a big program.
Big program.
And we have a lot of events throughout the semester highlighting our fine arts, our business program. We're in the BIT Center today. We host all sorts of events for the community. One of the things we're trying to do is partner more with some of our partners in the chambers and so forth and bring them on campus. And you guys are really helping us do that today.
Well, listen, I mean, I just want to continue really pushing on a little bit more of the fact of all the new programs, that you guys offer here, because in my mind, we always just had an AA program here in Miami-Dade, but now I know you guys also have a BA program.
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
And masters too, no?
No,
just a bachelor's.
Just a
bachelor's.
It's a BA. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah.
What is that program for the BA now as well?
We do have partnerships, though, with FIU and others for masters. And so that is one of the big things we do. But no, we first have an AI program that we're really proud of.
Yeah.
And we're also building a new STEM building that I'll talk about maybe in a minute. But we've added a number of bachelor's degree programs to support our 2-year programs. One of the things that you'll discover about our students is once they come here, they don't want to leave. And so we have a bachelor's from education to the BIT Center to all across the college to try to keep our students here on campus, because once you come to Miami-Dade, you get comfortable and
it makes sense.
Yeah.
And the fact that you get your AA, now you got to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, if they want to stay here and get their 4-year degree, I mean, that's wonderful. Yeah. And you guys are now, and by the way, I know that we're going to be participating in that, but you guys are on the forefront with this situation of the AI and all the revolutionary that coming with AI now, right?
We are. Our college president did an amazing job a year and a half ago by getting our college internal campus embracing AI. We all started using what's called Copilot, and we all did that right on the cusp of AI. And so when all these other colleges were stressing over how's it going to be received, we were already there. And so our faculty and our administration and our students are already down the road on AI. And where a lot of schools are still trying to figure out how do you use it. I mean, are they going to use it in the English paper? And
right.
We've already
do your homework for you.
Yeah, do your homework for you.
Yeah,
and so
cool.
I really feel like that because of her leadership, we've done some things to get us ahead of the curve on that.
So is Miami-Dade currently offering programs already for students to learn about the AI situation?
Absolutely.
And everything? Okay,
we have them in both continuing education on the credit side,
Okay.
and we offer degrees in it.
And all right, perfect. That's great. That's good to know.
I was told you have something called the Career Closet. Can you elaborate on the Career Closet and how it actually helps your students?
We do. One of the things that we're really concerned about is also helping our students after they graduate. And so our Career Closet is a way for students that are going to have interviews to go get pieces of clothing, like for a lady to get a nice dress. Whole outfit, suit, tie, everything.
Oh, it's amazing.
And so if we don't have your particular size,
it's all right.
Go find it. We have relationships with, no offense there.
No, get out. We talked about this.
They wouldn't have our size.
Right.
But so students come in, see what they want. We have shoes, we have ties, we have belts, and then we dress them for interviews as well as coach them with resumes. And that kind of thing.
So Manny has committed to provide 50% of his closet.
His
to the Career Closet.
I'm going to bring some.
That's all we need is a student.
You'll see hiring just increase. Percent of hiring
to an interview and a $5,000.
When Christina told us about this, we didn't know. I mean, a lot of people donate to other places.
we did.
I mean, even though they're great places to donate, but I think that's a fabulous idea.
It is.
Some of these, young men and women may not have, the correct thing to go to an interview.
Long story short, if you have clothes that would help a young student go to an interview, you can come donate it to Miami-Dade, and they'll make it a part of their Career Closet, and then people can
Well, I
pick it
have
up.
to say, one of the things I didn't, while our students would probably look great in your clothes, we give all our students brand new clothes. So we just take donations to buy clothes.
Gotcha.
Because we all could probably clean out our
so
closets.
people cannot bring clothes.
No, we
All right,
don't
so
take
Ben,
donations.
scratch
So I'm
that.
sorry about that. But we do take donations. One of our commissioners, Regalado, has been very instrumental in helping us provide
Gotcha.
those clothes. So unfortunately, I try to do the same thing
we're
when
thinking
I first heard
like
about
a thrift shop.
But they're all brand new. So
Miami twice and Miami-Dade.
Yeah.
and they keep them. They don't bring them back.
Picking
They're theirs.
them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got another question. How do you balance more or less, administrative and also being connected with the students?
Wow, that's a great question. Yeah, every leader has their own style, and my style, as I told you earlier, is I still consider myself a faculty member at heart. I know I'm not. I know I'm an administrator. I know I crossed over to the dark side. But one of the things I try to do is
that happens to us after 5. Anyway.
For another reason, but that's
what I'm saying.
But I really try to be visible on campus. I'd go see students. We were doing our version. We have a Kendall Speaks podcast that we've done about 30 plus episodes of, and we had some of our student leaders in yesterday, and one of the students said to me that she's never seen a campus president that's so visible and accessible. And my door's always open. I love when students come see me. And the other thing I've tried to do is to sit in faculty offices. I walk the halls, and there may have not been leaders that preceded me in the past that were that visible, but that's one of the things that's my expertise. People see me walking down the corridor and they'll stop and give me a great idea. And so I feel like if you're approachable, that's where the ideas come. People want to be around you, and so that's sort of my style.
You mentioned that you're also a teacher. Are you a tough teacher? Like, are your tests passable?
Yeah, they're passable.
Yeah.
Everybody's
He's a big guy, but he's a teddy bear.
You said you teach, what, 3 classes?
I'm just teaching one class
Just
this
one
semester.
class. What class is that?
It's college algebra this semester. They wanted me to teach calculus or statistics, but I thought college algebra was the right one to start with, and we'll probably teach calculus in the spring or statistics, one of them. So.
Being a teacher, you see thousands of students. Do you ever sit in a class, or eventually have you gotten like the gist of it where you're like,
He's not going to pass.
no. I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say that one has it. Like that person has the it factor. They're I could see that person succeeding,
The best thing about being a teacher is when the light bulb goes off. And being a math teacher, I always ask the question, how many people like math in here? And about 5 people raise their hand.
Yeah,
And by the end of the semester, if they come to class, they'll pass the class. I compare it to shooting free throws. You got to. I can't tell you how many free throws to shoot. I shot 94% in college.
94.
And it was because I practiced. I shot 1,000 free throws a day when I was in high school. And it's the same thing with math. You can't make 2 math problems and say, "Oh, I've got factoring." Your numbers may be less than mine. You may do 2. I may need 5. And so I give a diagnostic plan basically to every student. And so as I get to know them, I can see where their holes
feel them
are.
out.
Yeah,
Oh,
feel them out,
okay.
yeah.
So eventually you say, okay, this one,
Yeah, you need more. You haven't mastered this yet. You need to keep doing it.
By the way, I got a C in algebra.
What would you give as advice to students with the way the world has changed so much? I think maybe a great advice would be focus. But what do you see that students maybe need a little more of? And to go a little further, what would be your message to parents to then help students? This is how you can help your student for college.
I think AI is really important, but I think we misuse AI. A lot of people are using it, and I'd say this to the parents, to the last part of the question, don't let AI do your homework. AI is a teaching tool. You still have to develop those basic skills, because if AI is teaching you how to do your homework, you're going to get on a test and not be able to perform. And so that's the first thing I would say is make sure that your child or student is equipped with the right technology, the right books, the right materials, and then figure out how they learn, because that's the thing that I think we don't think about a lot of times is you may have a kid who doesn't have good hearing. Well, if there's an auditory issue, they need to think about where they sit in the classroom, for instance. And so every student learns differently, and I think a parent's responsibility is to work with their child and figure out how they can grow and develop. So when they are in a college class, they have the skills to be successful. And that's not to say that our faculty aren't going to give them those skills, but it helps them be more successful if they know what they're doing.
I was always more like of a hands-on person.
Tactile,
I had to do things.
Kinesthetic.
Do you see kids maybe using some AI during their tests and homework that you can kind of tell? Like, how do you filter that?
So that's one of the things we did when AI first came is we talked to our faculty about how to adapt your tests. A lot of times we're giving more in-class tests where you can't use AI, or we have now cameras where you're taking tests and you're on camera while you're taking the test. And we can watch you. So our faculty have to be adaptable, and that's true in higher education. When I first became a dean and a vice president, I tried to teach about every couple semesters because I thought, in my opinion, students changed about every 5 years. Now it's about every 3 years. If we're not staying up to speed with our students, the way they learn, the way we teach them, it's got to change. And so we have to be adaptable to do that as faculty.
But you guys, ChatGPT has the option where you can upload a paper and it'll tell you 98% of AI. So students,
they still have to open up those textbooks.
Yeah,
they have to.
And
there's some classes in some schools that are knowing when you're doing now the ChatGPT.
And there's also some really good software that will stop a student. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to ask them to work this problem, they won't give you the answer. They'll say, okay, here's the first step. Do this, then do this,
Get
do
to a
this.
certain point.
So, you know, and think about how long we've had AI. Imagine 2 years from now what we're going to have, or 3 years from now. And so we've got to be able to figure out how to use that too.
Yeah. I heard a really crazy quote the other day. It's just not a quote, a statement by Mike Rowe, who I like a lot. And he says, we've been teaching our kids to learn how to code for our whole lives. And now AI is just, you know, taking advantage of that, right? And kind of gearing people to like real world jobs, you know, like there were things AI cannot like replace, you know.
Of course, HVAC, you know, engineering and this and that. I mean, he really promotes the fact of more of the hands-on, you know, jobs that are people not wanting to get, and they're now really leading in the fact of people getting those jobs and paying good in those jobs right now.
When I was at the medical campus, we used to quote a stat that in the year 2030, 50% of the jobs that people are doing don't exist.
Yeah.
And I know people think AI is taking jobs away. Yes, it's taking jobs away, but think about the jobs it's creating.
Yeah.
Think there'll be just as many jobs out there now for the future. They're just going to be different. They're not going to be the same thing. Like you said, HVAC, we're going to still need those kind of people.
Yeah.
But there's going to be other people with AI skills and different other skills that there'll be plenty of.
They need to implement them to work.
And that's why they need to go to Miami-Dade College.
And that's what
You always need. I mean, education always helps. You know,
100%.
You guys have a really good internship program. If you want to like dabble into that, both on how a business can be a part of it, because I have a lot of people that ask us, you know, how do we get interns? And it's not as easy as just, you know, you want people to come and work for free. You know, you actually have to have a program within your operation. And then do you guys offer internships like consistently or?
Yeah, when I came a year ago, I learned about a program from our chair, Alexis Portawando, of micro internships. And we were doing some great things. I think it was in year one of it, and we also do it in IT. What we worked together to do was to work with one of our big Chamber of Commerces and do a webinar, and we had 80 businesses that wanted to be a part of that, that were in that thing. And so in that webinar, and so it's a really popular opportunity. Our students take a course with us, and at the end of the course, they get to spend 6 weeks or so with a business of their choosing, an unpaid internship. And we've had many success stories where students end up staying on and be productive. So we're doing that in our business micro internship program as well as our IT program.
When is that webinar? Or how often do you do it?
The webinar we did was with the Chamber of Commerce, so we have it to share with people. But we're getting ready to start the fall semester with our new program, and we're going to re-enroll new businesses.
Okay, good. Yeah. So how can a business like enroll into that or to be an option?
They can contact me or our chair, Alexis Portawanda.
And they have till what date for that?
Well, we can put that there also there on the
our students really don't do the internship till after they've been a part of the semester. So even into the fall semester, they could still become a part of it.
Excellent.
And we have a way we train them and work with them, and we honor them at the end of the semester. So it's a really cool program.
So it's a very well thought out.
Very well, yeah.
You just mentioned training right now. I think it's important for people to know that we've even got a lot of FIFA. A lot of things have been training here. I mean, I was in awe with the fact of just seeing of everything that's going on here in the campus with the fields, and now, of course, you know, Ed and Justin's favorite new sport, which is pickleball. You know, you guys are like, I mean, I don't know how many courts you got out there now. It's crazy on how many courts. I didn't even know that existed. How many people do we have of training? Now we've had the FIFA. What do we have of FIFA training here?
So all the FIFA officials
in
the world came to Miami-Dade College to train.
Wow. In the world.
And every official had to come here, every referee. And they came first of the summer, and they were here about 60 or 70 days. And they would even go out and referee games and then come back and train here.
Amazing.
So it's a huge partnership. We had to do some cloak and dagger. You know, some of those guys are divas. Some of those referees are divas, men and women. Yeah. And so they will also be back a year from now to train for the World Cup. So it's a partnership we've had. They were very great partners in helping keep our field and give us some advice on our field.
You guys have great facilities.
Yeah, I was just out yesterday with our women's soccer team, and the coaches are saying how great this field is.
Yeah.
Because we don't just let anybody use it.
But question, when the referees were here training, were they doing in-house stuff too? Like they were sitting in boardrooms and looking at stuff? Or
so
just
what they were doing is they did have some in-class stuff, but mainly what they were doing was training, and then there were teams that came.
Like physical training.
Running, physical training. And then we brought in teams for them to referee, and they were back being taught. You know, they were preparing to get ready for the World Cup.
Incredible.
You talked about programs. What kind of programs would you like to bring to the campus that you personally want to see, and how do you control 100 programs going on at once in such a massive campus?
Well, let me answer the last question. I have a great administrative team. We have 10 department chairs and a dean of faculty, and we constantly are in touch with each other. I try to learn as much as I can. I try to go sit in classes. I try to be available. So when I'm in settings like this, I can talk about our programs. But the thing I would say about the Kendall campus is whether you want to be in the fine arts or you want to be in the business program or you want to play sports or STEM, we have it here. We're a college, as you guys know since you came here. You come to the Kendall campus, you're on a college campus, just like all of our campuses, but we have a really good feel for the Kendall campus. One of the things we're in the process of developing is a new STEM center. We have a huge Intech engineering technology program with architecture and so forth, but we want to add engineering and avionics, and we want to add an EV program here. And so we have a $25 million STEM building that we're going to build and connect to our math and science building. And so there's a bunch of new programs associated with that. We'll have 3 or 4 really computer labs that we can kind of adapt to whatever new technology comes out there. So that's one of the big things. We also are finishing our AI center, which will allow us to do a lot more. So InTech and STEM is really kind of our future here at the Kendall campus.
And size-wise, there's space for some more buildings and stuff? Because this one here particularly, this is like a NASA lab. Like even from outside,
this is amazing.
It's like,
It's amazing.
Actually, what's that new facility of AI? What is it, Stargate?
There's Stargate. And to the AI buildings, you're going
should have like
the programs that they build themselves.
It's
amazing.
Why not? Just in case Washington administration, you guys are looking.
Size has always been impressive. I know you're one of the biggest in the country, if not the biggest in the country. Is there still room for more stuff you want to?
Yeah, we're currently redoing our building 6 to make it the AI building by adding some labs. So we currently have space to recapture, but we also have land to build other things.
Yeah,
so
you got so much.
Yeah, and that's the thing I said earlier.
got great parking.
We don't. Oh yeah, great parking lot. We don't know what 3 or 5 years look like from now, so we've got to be prepared to have those programs.
I was told. I remember when I came to school and I would come park. If you didn't have the sticker and all this, you got booted, you got a ticket, etc. I was told now that got resolved. Is the parking open now?
Well, we don't boot people anymore. We try to be a little more student friendly than that. But we do have parking issues at times. The one thing I will say too that when we were all in school is we have some more online programs. So we don't have every student here at the same time. So
That changed.
So that helps. But you guys have massive parking. We have a lot of students here.
I remember walking for days to get to class because the campus is so big.
You get there when the class was here.
That's every university.
No, but it's so big, and like Doctor said, there's even more room.
Miami-Dade was always, when you got here, you come from high school to this, it was intimidating. You're walking down those halls.
We walked the other day.
Life just changed.
We walked the other day through campus, and us being marketing guys, we're like, bro, there's so much opportunity here for like different events and just size. You know?
Yeah. Will you commit to doing a pickleball tournament with us here?
We can commit to a tournament. I have not played pickleball. I still can run. He
plays real sport like basketball.
Yeah.
Well,
can you hit 10 free throws in a row still?
Probably 7 or 8.
7.
Yeah.
No, but
is this gonna be like Name That Tune? You know what I'm saying?
Big dude. He's 94% shooter.
I did practice with the teams last year, and I plan to do it again this year.
Doctor, what don't you do?
Anything.
Are you Batman part-time?
Are you a handyman at the
you
house?
swing from the buildings at night?
Well, no.
Make sure
I'll do whatever I can to help students. I mean, I love this job.
Yeah.
I love our campus.
How's the basketball team? Talk to us, because I know that we have a good basketball program.
Baseball.
Well, we could go into all the sports. Let's start with basketball. One of the great things about Miami-Dade College sports is we recruit internationally. We have 225 athletes in all of our teams, and probably 70 or 80 are international. We just got a 6'9" kid from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
That is really good. He's a center, but he can dunk. He can shoot threes. Wow. We have another kid that is supposedly like LeBron James that will be coming up that we have coming in. So we've recruited a bunch of kids all over for basketball. Our women's basketball team and men's both went to the state tournament last year. Okay. The men lost out in the semifinals, and the women are going to be really good. Baseball, we've recruited a number of really good athletes.
You guys always been strong in baseball.
We always have been strong. And softball was ranked 4th in the nation last year. So our softball team's got some really cool.
I got a little girl that's 9 years old. She can hit dingers. No.
Okay. Well, hey, come around.
Lefty.
Lefty.
What are you offering?
Hey, we have NIL money.
A little dorm room, free
But
food.
the athletes get scholarships? Like,
Yes.
Oh, that's
All of
awesome,
our-
man.
Yeah, so they move on to universities after like that, or I mean, because this is like a stepping stone, correct? Right? Since it is a college and not necessarily.
Since you mentioned baseball, we had 12 of our athletes that got D1 scholarships last year. 12.
Amazing.
12.
Wow.
We had we have kids
Think
drafted.
what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Yeah.
We have kids that we were going to sign that got drafted before they even came to us.
Yeah.
And so our baseball program has a rich tradition.
I know, and I got a sweet cow. I
You
appreciate
do?
the hat.
That's
It's nice. My size, too. Thank you, Christina. I want to talk to you a little bit about Texas and food. Can we do that?
Let's go.
Tyler, right?
Texas, yeah,
Tyler, Texas.
Tyler.
Familiar with? I don't know who you know who Tremaine Mack is. He played for the Hurricanes.
I do. I've heard that name.
Went
Yeah.
to Tyler. He was
Yeah.
a buddy of mine. He was made it to the Bengals and then whatever went away.
It's the home of Earl Campbell also.
Yeah.
Tyler Rose.
Yeah, these guys don't know because they're not too
know
much
Earl
into
Campbell.
sports.
Please.
Is barbecue your thing or what? Or is that a stereotype for all Texas guys?
No, it's not a stereotype for me. I
Zach?
love the grill.
Oh, me too, bro.
I love the
Me
grill.
too.
Briskets,
You throw down smoker in the backyard.
smoke, big. I have a smoker. I built a.
You don't have an assistant, right? Because you don't got time. I mean,
No, I
you do
do,
your own
it all
brisket?
myself. I have
Sure.
a team I've trained here when I'm doing 1,500 people.
I figure with 100 program,
Doc,
we
you know
got
where
time
he's
to
going at
barbecue.
this, right? He wants to be invited to try your
Yeah,
brisket.
no, I already
Come
got
on.
it.
This
I
is-
got it.
Come on.
We're gonna try here. You're gonna have it here at the
We're
MDC
gonna
day.
try
I already got it.
But
How's the food in the school? Is it good?
It's great. We have our own
Cafeteria is still the same?
same cafeteria. We've added a Chick-fil-A, and we have a Starbucks on campus.
You can never go wrong with a Starbucks.
Do you need
and
any more
Chick-fil-A.
guys, any vendors and stuff like that might want to come on? Or
Well,
is there room for that? Or is it just Chick-fil-A all the time?
That's above my pay grade. That's a discussion with our CFO.
President, aren't you?
Well, I am the president, but we have to make those deals, you know.
But that's not a bad idea to have some like local companies in here.
Maybe a little,
Like,
A variety.
yeah,
Oh.
at
But
least,
we
like,
we
there's a
have
lot
our
of-
chicken partner, so we can't have any more chicken.
No,
No,
Oh,
it's
but
fine.
no,
It's
you don't
fine.
want to have
We're
a
looking for
chicken.
cows.
Trust me, I don't want no
Chick-fil-A is
problem.
solid.
No problem with Chick-fil-A, trust
We're
me.
looking for
Yeah.
tallow.
No, what I'm saying, a little
looking for
variety, you know, a little variety.
Okay, so on that note with the food,
The barbecue.
well, but not so much a barbecue. Tell me any favorite Cuban foods. Have you had a good Cuban food?
I've had some good Cuban food, but I have to tell you, when I first came here, I missed my Tex-Mex food really
Okay,
bad,
well, I get it.
and I can't get Mex. I
knew it.
It's not the same here. I
Okay.
love good Cuban food. I've been to
Okay.
Sergio's. There's a bunch of restaurants
Yeah.
I've been to.
Okay, but have you been able to hit some Tex-Mex around here, or
I have
one of yours
tried
won.
a few.
There's not
Maybe in
really any good. I'm
Homestead,
going to
but-
say it for him.
that's fine. Well, we got to bring one from Texas.
They're not-
Oh, wait. This might sound stupid. What's the difference between like?
Tex-Mex is Americanized Mexican food.
Got you.
So the Texans over there, they have their own little version. It's not like Oaxaca or authentic Mexican, but it's a little version, which is good.
But what is the difference? Like, what can?
more
like the
you know,
marine, the
Black beans.
the black
Black
beans.
beans.
What are you talking about? That's
the
Cuban.
little rice.
Black beans.
No, but these are black beans without any sabor. It's terrible.
Right.
So
yeah, I can't bring you my mom's black
But
beans.
he
My
can't
black
say it
beans,
because he's
yeah.
the president. There's no good Tex-Mex yet.
And actually, my
Especially if you're from
specialty is
Texas.
fajitas.
Fajitas?
That's my specialty.
Okay,
but
got you.
Wait.
Yeah, we got
not
like
even no
chilies.
Tex-Mex anywhere. Not
There's
even
Tex-Mex on
no
US 1. There's one on US 1.
US 1. I mean, come on.
Homestead?
Homestead
that's
has
what I'm
some.
saying.
I've been to Homestead.
Oh, you've been. Oh, okay.
I've
Okay.
been there.
Okay.
Really?
But you could tell by
Oh,
his demeanor.
God, okay.
There's nothing that really.
Prez is shutting down. We gotta reach back to Jose Antonio. Jose Antonio
Okay,
gets some
but
good with Tex-Mex in Homestead.
But you also told us recently you went to Apocalypse.
I did.
You finally tried it out.
I went to Apocalypse about a week ago. I've had so many people tell me about it.
Yeah.
Since I've been here.
Jeff's a good friend of the show.
Jeff is
And
our buddy.
it was really great. I really enjoyed it. It was
did?
good. I had a big old plate with a little of everything, and
Yeah,
little
I was
sample.
pretty full.
me too. Me too.
But it was good. It's I give it.
How
thumbs up.
close to Texas?
It's getting there. Well,
getting-
I
it's
will
getting
tell you, I'd been to a pizza place on
Okay.
Highway 1, Maxwell's, I think it's called.
Yeah,
In there, they
down south, Palmetto
Yes.
Bay.
The beer they have there is from Lincoln Brewery.
Yeah.
So I went to Lincoln
John
Brewery,
Falco is the owner there.
and they had
buddy
a
of mine.
food truck there that's named after his wife, Lala's food
Yep.
truck. And I had a
Lala's.
hamburger there, and I said, "Oh my God, I have
For
to
real?
go to."
I haven't tried Lala's
Apocalypse.
burger.
The hamburger was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it was really good, and that's one of
Yeah,
the
his,
things I know well.
his wife Lala, who's a nurse, they did a little pop up.
Yeah.
and it just blew up.
And
The
it's
burger's
great.
good.
And so
Jeff
then I
has-
tried Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Jeff has a crazy story. He had cancer and everything like that. You know, he started that up during
He started
during
during the
COVID.
pandemic.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been cancer twice.
Yeah,
You can't
amazing
keep the dude.
story, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. So, but what's your favorite joint in Texas? Because I've been to Austin and I did that whole run up and down. I hit everything, boss. Everything.
Austin's good. There's a couple of
better?
good barbecue courses. What's great about the Metroplex is you have little mom and pop stuff.
Right.
There's a place, let me think of the name of it, where you walk in and the grills are right there. And
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake's a good
Driftwood.
one. That's not the one I'm thinking of, though. It'll hit me in a minute. But
This is a psychic thing now. That
Yeah.
sure, you know.
No, we're connecting on barbecue. I
I
understand.
like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
But
The booty always hits.
yeah. You guys have something on the swag. The swag is on point. I know his name's not Sharky. I said Sharky, but it's Finn. Who came up with that new design? Because it wasn't like that one before. Like this hat is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is fitted. This is not a cheap one. This is like,
Is Miami Dade going to see the hat back, or is that hat leaving?
no, this hat's mine.
Oh, okay.
It was gifted to them.
Yeah.
Right, because I mean, do you have a lot of say in kind of design and stuff like that, or
so we've made a really good partnership with Adidas. You'll see Adidas
Yeah,
all
I
on
see
our
the
stuff.
logo. Yeah, absolutely.
And so we've upgraded our marketing with these hats.
I'm loving this hat, really.
We have some really good equipment and stuff for our teams. We've personalized it for all of our teams, but Adidas has been an amazing sponsor, and we've tried to use our logo. We do have the shark on some things, but we tried to move to the MDC logo.
I like the
I like
MDC
them
logo.
both. I like them both. When it comes to basketball, do you go in there and see if coach is doing the right job and
I have.
show you how to do it the right way?
When we went to state, we had a lot of conversations pregame and postgame. So I try to listen and help
Anybody
out
see
when I
you
can.
ball?
We were practicing, and I hit a couple of threes, and I think the kids were pretty shocked that the president could
That's true,
shoot.
man.
so.
We've interviewed a bunch of presidents, and you're definitely the coolest one we've met. So.
Oh well, that's makes
On
me.
that,
I mean,
make me
for
blush.
sure. No, for sure.
So, I got another question for you, Dr. Stewart. What can we tell all our viewers out there in the sense of Miami-Dade College and why we need you to be another Miami-Dade College alumni? Why Miami-Dade College? I mean, you got all these kids out there that are saying, "Oh, I want the college experience." I mean, I always tell I have a good friend of mine from Connecticut. He always tells me, "I don't understand you people over there. When every time you say you want a college experience, my kids would have died to go to Miami, for Miami, any college and do a college experience in Miami-Dade or any of these colleges here. Miami-Dade College offers so much." And I think we're blessed to have this place in our backyard. What could you reaffirm to the people out there and say, this is why you should be here at Miami-Dade College?
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, I would talk to that student who doesn't know what they want to do, because I didn't know what I want to do when I stepped on a college campus. A lot of people do. We work with kids now in the middle schools to try to figure out your majors, and that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you don't know what you want to do, come to Miami-Dade College, because we've got so many programs. If you want to be nursing, if you want to be a police officer, we got everything. And if you do know what you want to do, still come here. I was with a student yesterday who wanted to be a journalism major. Actually, she was a communication major.
That was
Now
my
she wants to
major,
be a journalism. And she'd done some things with NPR. And doing that made her realize, this is how I want to take my degree.
Yeah.
Most students, what they get their degree in 20 years later is not what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing math, although I am teaching math next semester. Yeah. But what I do is not because I got a degree in math. It's because of my experiences. And so I think people need to think about Miami-Dade College as a way to open the doors to what your future is going to be. And we have advisors who will sit down and talk to you and explore majors with you or topics of interest. And that's what I would say. There's so many opportunities here with our scholarship programs. We have our presidential scholars, our rising scholars, our honors college. Those students end up going to MIT and Harvard and Vanderbilt. So if you have an idea of going away to college, to Boston College or wherever, come to us first, because we can help prepare you and we'll help give you scholarships. And one thing I have to say that I'm really proud of,
that's a very important point,
98% of our students graduate debt-free. And I don't know of any school in the country that can say that. Most of them get financial aid and they have all these debts. Our students, 98%, do not have debt when they graduate from here. And so that's because we have scholarships and opportunities. And to your question, this is the place to start. You may want to go to FIU or FSU. That's okay. Come here first. Get your basics out of the way, and we'll help you be successful with this.
I've seen some of the social media stuff.
You don't have to sell me. I have a question. I'm full 100%
Miami-Dade
College.
Kendall page now. I've seen it that's kind of like popping now too and stuff like that. Is that a big deal? And how does social media help you guys or help those processes of people selecting their path?
I've been really interested in using social media. We have several of our athletes that have huge social media followings and several students. And so we do a lot of things. My goal is when I post, there's students there. It's not about me. It's not about, it's about faculty and students. And so we really are trying to elevate our game with that. Yeah. They sometimes do funny things with me, and I
think so. You need to do that.
But I agree. Social. We need to reach.
I have noticed a change on the page and how it's more interactive and funner to watch. To be honest.
Thank you.
Had a question. Not sure how you're going to answer, but
we'll soon find out, won't we?
What would you say is more important? Maybe I don't want to say more important. I don't want to ask it like that. But give me your thoughts. I would ask it like this on school smarts versus street smarts.
I think there's a place for both. When I was in school, I was a good student, made good grades, but where my expertise was in common sense. I was really good at working with people, evaluating people, and so I think there's room for both. That's the thing about college. College is the opportunity for students to explore, to figure out what the future is going to be. And you may be brilliant. Well, let's get you in that rep program. But you may also not be great in certain things. Let's also help that student. So I think what college should be is it should develop well-rounded graduates. So you
Good point.
are knowledgeable, but you also have the soft skills that they say to be able to have conversations, to be able to read people. And
I think now that's a hard thing for students. The students are on the phone so much that when they get in, you don't know how to network, you don't know how to go up to someone, and that's one of the
how to talk to people.
That's one of the best skills you can learn is communication in front of people.
And then you have all these influencers say, "Don't go to college, don't waste your time.
That's completely
just start a business, do this, do that." It's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, where do you get the education you need to do?
Well, listen. At the end of the day, I'm all for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to Dr. Stewart's point, you have to start somewhere. You got to get your years of college and get that well-rounded in order to exercise good entrepreneurships.
And he's accurate what he's saying. Like, don't teach common sense more than anything.
Common sense is the best thing you could learn.
Like, forget about just like wasting your time and stuff. You need to learn things to create a path of what you want to do in life, right?
Yeah, I think you have to be a solution-based person or have a solution. Learn how to cultivate critical thinking, solution-based mindset
under stress.
And with that, I think you'll do very well in life.
And that we also are very available to those individuals who go away and do the workforce and then want to come back. We have a huge population of students who went straight after high school and did whatever, and then at 25 or 28 or 32 or whatever. Now, and so that's another huge opportunity, I think.
Which you guys still have a lot of people that come back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A lot of adults
continue education, with other certificates and degrees. Now, really quick, could we talk about this room that we're in? Because this whole thing of the global business, I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
And what is this? What is this course here? Is this just a course on stocks, or is just School of Business and Trade? And what is this about?
So we're in our BIT Center today, and we actually have the largest business program in the college. Many of our programs at Kendall campus are the largest.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. It's huge.
Yeah, and so this is a lab where we teach supply chain management. We have all sorts of degrees flash in front of us. We have a Bloomberg terminal here. A student can come here and really graduate and be ready to go out and start a business or move on to another university. We have all the technology anybody could need here. And
question: if I want some of our staff and employees to do project management classes, is that possible?
If you tell me what you want and you have a population of students, yes, we'll find the class, we'll create the class, we'll do whatever.
But it's not like for adults; it's only for students. Then.
So we can do that. We absolutely can do that. Too. In credit or non-credit, we'll find a way to do it.
Yeah, like certification courses wise.
Absolutely.
What's the average age of students that come here? Because you have full-grown adults that come back, like you said, and you have kids right out of high school. What's the average?
We're a little under 25 here at the Kendall campus. In different campuses, like the medical campus is a little older because of the nursing program. But we still have a really young population of here. We have the largest enrollment of dual enrollment high school students. We had over 3,600 students last year in dual enrollment. They're high school students taking college courses. We'll hit 4,000 this year. So we're still a relatively young campus. Our night enrollment's a little older because obviously some of those people are working, but we really serve all ages. We have any age you want.
So you still get the university credit, right?
You do, absolutely. We have transfer articulation agreements.
That's what I did.
I was going to ask, what has been in your transition from Texas to Miami, right? your biggest like culture shock, or what's the biggest difference between living in some place like Texas and some place?
Is it
like
the
Miami?
Spanish language? Oye, hey.
Well, I did know Tex-Mex, Texas Spanish pretty well, but the Cuban is a lot faster for me.
Yeah,
so
we
that was
talked about the Spanish, and he needs a little work.
I do.
You think Spanish? That's
Little work.
quick?
Colombian.
You need to stand in front of Colombians.
Okay. Well,
You got to really just focus when they're talking to you.
Yeah.
That's quicker.
The adjustment was good because Miami-Dade was so welcoming, but it was a culture shock. You know, in Texas, we don't have the variety of different cultures here.
Yeah.
You know, we have so many different cultures here
Yeah.
that was a little bit of a shock. Certainly the traffic here was a shock when I first came here. I lived in Brickell for my first 6 years.
God.
So-
Worst of the worst.
Yeah, and so
Poor man.
Yeah.
So I moved
nobody
out to-
advised you very well.
yeah, and so now I've moved out here to the Kendall area, and it's a lot more like Texas
suburban,
was,
yeah.
a little more suburban.
But even then, still a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
But you know what I call Miami, Dr. Stewart? I call this Miami, USA. I don't call it Miami,
it's
Florida.
its own
we're,
thing.
We're our own country here.
I would agree. It's being here 7 years now. Florida's its own country, just like Texas is its own country.
That's what I say. Yeah.
My first month here, I went to a restaurant up the street and was ordering a bowl, which that's something I didn't get in Texas. We don't have bowls in Texas like you guys here. And the lady walked up and she goes, "Hey, what country are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Texas." And I was proud of that. But I think, to your point, Florida and Texas are their own.
Very good.
Yeah, and I've learned that. And to me, they're very similar in a lot of ways. But it was a difficult not difficult. It was an interesting transition.
Does anything
I like
stand
the word
out other than the
interesting.
traffic and?
Well, my wife, who is a high school administrator, we were separated for 6 years, so I had to go back and forth to Texas.
Wow.
So that was a real
Tough.
difficult for me for 6 years, and my kids are still there. But I kind of live one day at a time. Wake up and here's what we got to do today.
What's been the most challenging thing for you as president? Or something, I guess, you can work on, or
The first initial thing is this campus is so big.
it is. You have your own golf cart, I presume.
No, I got
What?
I got Pete and Joe right here.
You're kidding me? No golf cart?
No golf
Come on.
cart.
Christina, por favor, can we get him a golf cart? Are you serious? The man of this stature, 6'4", that guy's a giant. He needs a golf cart.
God knows Kiko would have one with a cooler.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, but elaborate. What's been the most fight?
Well, being from Texas, I'm very personable. I like to know people's names. And when I actually came to the medical campus, that was the hardest thing, is remembering people's names.
Mm-hmm.
But even bigger here, trying to meet everybody. And I think about that often, because right now I'm about 14 months here, and now I'm doing things for a second time, and I think, how I didn't know what this was or what this program was. And so that was the biggest challenge, is learning people's names. I mean, they all knew who I was because I'd been at the medical campus, and things travel around the district.
No, you're super
But familiarizing yourself.
But to talk to.
I needed to meet people. I needed to know who they were. I needed to know what is in their DNA, so I could relate to them. And that was the biggest challenge for a while. And now I feel pretty comfortable.
So just getting to know your
Yeah.
members of staff.
Yeah, they're
That's
big.
awesome.
We're
That's
big.
awesome.
Go ahead.
What do you got, Ed?
Go ahead, Ed.
I mean, I have a couple other questions, but I was gonna ask.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think that it's important. One of the parts that Kiko was just saying, I mean, and when you started, I think having that facility that you have and the accessibility that people have to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's such a game changer for people. College could be intimidating for a lot of people. And to come to a school and knowing they have accessibility to a president, and the fact that you can go to class, says a lot. And I think it gives that a lot of people the inspiration and the fact of saying, wow, you're not scared of asking a question to such a higher, person. And I wish I had that accessibility when I was, coming to college. I really didn't know the administrators. I just knew more or less the professors, which some of them were great and wonderful. But to have that accessibility to you, I think that's, really kudos to you in that sense that you have, that you do that.
It is very intimidating. I remember straight out of high school, just getting to your class, making sure you even found the class, because the campus was so enormous. And God help if you park on the wrong side of the whole property.
It's not like you can walk around and people are talking to you. Everybody's just in their own world. I mean, and that time,
So you guys have
decided,
like weekly or like newsletter with the videos playing class, or I know you have a little podcast. What does that air? What's the...
Well, we do have a Kendall newsletter that goes every Monday.
Right, something like that.
And so we do talk about programs. We brag on students. We have lots of publications like that. The podcasts we have, as we talked about earlier, I've done about 35 podcasts.
Is it as cool as this one?
Y'all are pretty cool.
You know,
Y'all are pretty cool.
We are number one.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
They're all good. They're all good.
But you could
They're all
follow
good.
Kendall Speaks. But
We will. We'll absolutely have it.
I seen it. We went to their podcast room. They have a nice room.
Nice
A
room.
It's
setup,
really
yeah.
a great way to communicate. When I came here, I was so impressed with the facilities, our art labs, all these things, that I was trying to think of a way to and I was going to do a publication once a week. And I was talking to one of our staff members, and they said, why don't you do a podcast? And so that's what I've done. So what I've done is podcasts on all of our programs and highlighted them, and then we're going to redo some of them again. And
You're doing it the right way.
Seeing you on a daily or a weekly basis better than some
One
thing.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys have an alumni event coming up?
We do. Our MDC Day is part of our alumni event. Okay. We also do alumni events with our sports. We have a huge baseball alumni event in the end of the fall that's really big. Yeah, I'll make sure you get invite to that.
Okay.
One of the things I've tried to do to kick off every sports season last year was do a cookout, kind of a tailgate party. That's kind of a Texas thing.
I am an expert at tailgating, sir.
Are you? Well, let's come on.
Have you done pig roasting yet?
So they've asked me to enter in a competition, and I haven't done it yet. But
I am the
you got the guy. You got the pig roast guy.
So why haven't you done it?
Yeah.
Why haven't you done it yet?
I've been to some, but I haven't physically done it.
But do you know how to do a pig roast?
I do. I could do it. I could do it.
Okay.
But I would do it a little different than they do here. I have.
But that's the whole thing.
Do you want to
wood that I would do?
We have a team. We have an Dade Miami pig roast team. It would be if you want to be a part of the team. We'll open up the spot for you.
The campus.
You could be the lead on the team.
I am producing a FIU.
But Dr. Straw has to bring some wood from Texas.
I'll do whatever he wants us to do.
What I would love to do, I'd love to be a part of your team, so I can kind of
I would love that.
learn some things.
Yeah.
You're going to come regardless. But we do have one September 13th, which is the FIU one, and then the November 22nd, which is my country record for the PBA for the police.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
So Tropical Park.
Yeah.
All departments are there. It's back in the blue. And man,
it's an amazing event.
Come hang out with me, and we can.
I'd love that. I'd love to learn the culture.
We can throw down.
Listen, probably your toughest question of the interview is coming up right now. Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I already know what everyone's gonna say.
Go ahead.
So this is brought to you by Toast, the number one POS system for restaurants in South Florida.
Our favorite system for restaurants. This is going to be a tough one.
Ready? Give us your top 3 restaurants in Miami.
Oh my God!
That Dr. Stewart goes to, not just
right.
Well, I know you've been here a short time.
I always say.
I know you've been here a short time, but give me something good.
Let's
start with number 3 first.
Oh man, you guys should have warned me.
No pressure. No pressure.
That's a good one.
What have you been to? Yeah.
To mind that you.
Apocalypse would definitely be on that list, maybe because I've only been once, so I can't rate it number 1. So,
so that's number 3.
No, you got Apocalypse.
I like that
on the top 3, even just going once.
It was that good, because I've tried so many barbecues. I could give you all the ones in Homestead that I've tried.
Yeah,
one of the big things about barbecue that blows me away is how they do their beans. Oof. They just open a can in some of those I've been to. Yeah. And then when you go to some of them, you don't smell smoke when you walk in.
Yeah.
Yes. Where are you
but what did you like about Apocalypse specifically? Is there anything that stood out? Or?
I love the variety. They had a bunch of different barbecue. The ribs were really good. I thought their brisket had a good flavor, which most of the time I don't taste the smoke in it.
Right. What about the ribs? The cafecito ribs?
I didn't get those. They had a pineapple rib that was really good. I think
a pineapple pork belly.
Yes, that was really good.
Yes.
Burnt ends. Burnt ends is something I love that I don't know how to cook. That's been big in Texas. And I've tried them there. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Number 2.
Oh, guys, I don't know if I can come up with.
Great. This is the clickbait we need for the views.
There's an oyster bar in Brickell that I really like.
Okay.
I know
River Oyster Bar.
River Oyster
I get that number 2.
Manny answering. All right, River. Fantastic.
Manny helping him answer the question. He's
the
president.
I've never
100%.
been. What is it good about it?
I love the oysters there.
Yeah.
I love raw oysters. They have good drinks.
Consistency.
Not that I drink, but
consistency.
and good seafood and a good atmosphere. A really good
atmosphere.
Really good atmosphere.
I love that.
We should go take a trip out there.
You were in Brickell.
That was.
Okay.
And number 1 for Dr. Bryan Stewart.
Right,
wait. Number 1.
Number 1, baby. Number 1. No pressure.
I'm going to say Maxwell's Pizza. That's a place I ate here.
Wow.
Really?
One of the things
Maxwell's
Texas has a lot.
We got to go to these places.
Yeah, it's a really
Palmetto Bay. I live in Palmetto Bay.
Nobody's given that one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a
guy
good
John Falco, who owns Lincoln Beer Brewery, also owns Thorn on Burther. You
we've been to Thorn.
Cocktail
Thorn was
oyster
nice.
bar and Crybaby ice cream.
Wow.
Huge and really, really good entrepreneur in our community.
One of the best burgers I had is it called the Keg? The
Keg South?
Keg South.
Keg
South
South
is a great spot.
Palmetto Bay.
Yeah,
You live in Kendall or down south?
I live in the Near Kendall. Yeah, I live. Where do I live?
It's
near the
okay.
Falls.
You don't have to say.
I live near the Falls.
Yeah.
The Falls.
Right near the
South
Falls.
Bay.
Listen,
Yeah.
what do you like about
no,
Max's
fine.
Pizza? Is there anything
I live
specific?
abroad.
Or?
Forget it. I'm taking him to lunch. You guys are going.
I've had a lot of pizza, and it's just I like how it's made.
Nice.
I'm a pizza guy too.
yeah.
So.
Small. It's not that big. I feel you.
No,
Is it like
you get
it's
a
not
lot
Detroit?
of
It's not
variety?
the deep dish Detroit style, right?
No. It's thin. It's thin. Yeah.
Kind of personal. Not too big. I mean, me and you could eat one whole.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. But wow, that's I like that.
That's a good one. That's what we like to do this for.
Very nice job, Doctor. Very nice.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. Stewart, we are, more than ecstatic that you did this podcast with us today. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think that if there's one thing that we all have here in common is that not I, but we are all MDC.
That's why
We
we
are all
That's right.
Miami-Dade College.
That's
And
right.
Love
we
that.
are proud to be Miami-Dade College.
Manny was asking us earlier, how is it that he goes about getting his name on a building?
Jeez.
That is not
How much of a
Manny's
donation
question.
does he need to provide?
That's an Eddie and Kiko situation.
Yeah, we
Don't worry about
apologize.
that. Doc.
Okay, Manny's
Don't worry
only our
about
rich
that.
friend, so
Don't
we're
worry
gonna
about
do
that. Don't worry about that.
it. Listen, brother, you're
But is there any possibility of sponsoring a name on a building here?
We
just send
appreciate
them the info. You're a breath of fresh air, brother. You're a
Yes.
pleasure
Yes,
interview.
nice.
I feel like I
listen.
should re-register for something.
Me
here.
too.
I just want
we're
to hang out in this room.
Just to hang out. The room too is awesome.
I don't want to leave Miami-Dade
Can we do an
today.
agency work? Oh, we're
Yeah.
working on that.
We need to have an office like this.
Yeah.
Well,
But I wish you all the luck, in the world and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be back.
all right. Let's
And
pleasure
to all,
to you
listen,
guys.
For
to
barbecue
all those
and all
people
your
out
events.
there that are just thinking or not even thinking, Miami-Dade College, for me, is still number one.
Yes.
All
This is the
right.
place you
Don't
gotta
mess
be.
with
guys.
Miami-Dade
Appreciate
because the
you.
president's
Let's go.
giant.